How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be talking about My Bloody Birthday from 2019. And I guess I should specify right off the bat, we're talking about My Bloody Birthday and not just Bloody Birthday. There's a movie from the 1980s, a very good cult classic slasher called Just Bloody Birthday. But we're not talking about that one, even though I definitely would recommend checking out Bloody Birthday. Today we're talking about My Bloody Birthday, the new movie, so just to clear that up. Anyway, 2019, directed by Eros DAntona, and stars Kateryna Korchynska. Sorry if I mispronounced any of those names. But anyway, this movie recently came out direct-to-video in Walmart. Again, direct-to-video is kind of a misnomer as this movie was from 2019. But anyway, I went to Walmart and I was looking through all their direct-to-video movies, and they can be kind of a gamble. There's a lot of them that are low-budget filmmakers really trying but are definitely hampered by their budget. And then there's a lot of them that are just factory-produced, usually from England for some reason, and just not even trying. So there's a lot of, so-so movies direct-to-video at Walmart. So what I usually do is I write down all the titles, I go home, I open up YouTube, and I look through just reviews and trailers and try to find the best ones. But that being said, I looked for this one, and all I could find was people talking about Bloody Birthday. And I couldn't even find a trailer for this. This is put out by ITN. I went to ITN's YouTube page, and I scrolled through their videos, and they didn't even put out a trailer for it there. So, yeah, kind of a weird radio silence on this one. I couldn't find anyone reviewing it. So I looked at it and I was like, you know what? This is clowns. This is a slasher. I don't know. I just got a good feeling about this one. So I went in blind and I decided to pick this up. And you know what? This was actually a really pleasant surprise. There's one thing you need to know going into this, that if I had known, I would have bought it right off the bat. This is an Italian movie. And not just any Italian movie, this is a Giallo throwback. This is a really good, play on those old school, kind of the later Giallo period where they were basically slashers and they got wacky and anything could happen. This is a really fun throwback to that era, and if I had known that going in, I would have grabbed it like right off the bat, and I really am glad I picked this up. If you guys are unfamiliar with 80s Giallo movies, if you're not big Italian horror fans, you may go into this movie going, well, that's weird, that's rambly, why is this movie like this? And I would definitely say that if you aren't familiar with Italian movies, definitely look up movies from Dario Argento, Mario Bava, Lucio Fulci. There's a lot of other good movies, but that's a good place to start. And if you're familiar with the subgenre, you're going to get a lot out of this movie. It is really fun. Italian horror movie fans, if you see this, I would definitely recommend picking it up. Now that being said, it's not quite the cult classic, like there are some faults with this. Primarily, I wish this was harder R. It probably would get rated R by the ratings board, but I just wish it was a little harder, I was hoping, especially with the kills, that we would go full Lucio Fulci, and they don't ever really go that far. I was hoping that it would go harder in some of the kills, like there's one scene where two girls are strangled with one bag, and it's primarily off screen, and you find the kill later, and that's just not great. And also there's a bunch of weird sexual situations in this movie, and, they kind of feel a little bit censored, which, if we're going back to the original source material, is definitely something they wouldn't do. So yeah, if this movie was just a little bit harder R, it would be perfect. But as it stands, there's still a lot to like here. Not just is this a Giallo movie, but this is also a clown movie. And these two clowns are really good characters. They're not just any clowns, they're two specific people from this girl's past, and they definitely have their own personality. You know, the blue one that's a little grumpier, and the orange one that's a little goofier. And they're supernatural, they're ghosts, so they can be anywhere and they can do anything. And you do get some wacky moments, like the girl starts coughing and starts pulling a really long handkerchief out of her mouth. That's really good clown humor, you know, and there's some fun clown moments, you know. So, good clown movie, good slasher movie, good Giallo. If it just pushed it a little farther, it'd be perfect. But that being said, still a lot to like here. And out of all the direct-to-video movies that I picked up from Walmart, this has been one of the better pleasant surprises for me. So definitely Italian fans, go check it out. Without further ado, let's go ahead and talk a bit about the plot. I'm not going to be doing any major spoilers, but I do want to say my piece on a few of the plot points and make sure you guys have a basic understanding as to what this movie's about. We open up with a man who's going home after a hard day of work and starts to inflate his blow-up doll. Right off the bat, this is the first scene, and it cues you in that this isn't going to be your run-of-the-mill horror movie. So the man's there with his blow-up doll, he gets the feeling he's not alone, and he finds a scary clown mask in his fridge. He runs out and meets a mysterious figure on his driveway. And then it cuts away. We don't know who this is, and we actually won't know for most of the movie. This doesn't happen till right at the end, so it takes a while to get back here. Anyway, after that we get the opening credits, and while the opening credits are going, it plays an old school video recording of our main character as a little girl on her birthday. And you find out the mother's sick. The mother's sick, so she's not there. It's just her and her dad and one other friend, and he hires these two clowns. The clowns come in, they entertain the girl, but when they're done, they're packing up. The dad goes to one of the clowns and says, "Hey, you come here, come to the bedroom really quick." The clown doesn't know what's up, walks into the bedroom, and the dad pulls out a gun and tells the clown to get on his knees, and you can guess why he wants to do that. So the dad starts forcing this clown to do something at gunpoint, and the dad's stupid and leaves the door open. So who wanders in but his daughter and the other clown? The two of them see this, and the dad freaks out, and the scene ends with us hearing a gunshot. So, yeah, that's a pretty extreme origin story, you know? The main character's origin story is that as her mother was dying, her father murdered two clowns on her birthday? That's pretty extreme. But anyway, we cut to the present. The main character's all grown up. It's her birthday, and surprise, surprise, she is not happy. She doesn't like to celebrate her birthday, and she's all grumpy whenever people send her a happy birthday message. She just deletes it, and she doesn't like that it's her birthday. You know, she goes to her college classes, and she has her one really good friend who is trying to throw her a party, and she says, "Seriously, don't throw me this party." You see, when it's her birthday, she has all these bad memories, as of course you would. She has a negative association with her birthday, and it's an event she's not really comfortable telling other people about. But in addition to that, which definitely would be bad enough, in addition to that, on her birthday, she gets visions of these two clowns that died, haunting her. So every day on her birthday, crazy clown-themed visions, like she goes into a store and has a vision of finding someone there murdered with a clown smile carved into their face, and she runs and freaks out, but it's not real. So that is a crazy situation to be in. and your friend wants to throw you a birthday party, how do you tell your friend, well, I don't celebrate my birthday because on my birthday my dad murdered 2 clowns and now on my birthday they haunt me? That's crazy, and it's definitely hard to open up to someone about that. But anyway, in addition to all this, her father is trying to reconnect with her, which, don't do that on her birthday of all days. Her dad is trying to reconnect with her. I have no idea how he's not in prison. He somehow got away with this. But that's stressing her out, and she's seeing these clowns everywhere. But soon, it's not just her that sees the clowns. Other people start to get haunted by the clowns, and they're going to start killing off her friends and associates. So the clowns are, on this birthday, becoming slashers, and they're killing all her friends and picking them off one by one and wearing on her mental sanity, and she has to figure out what to do. So yeah, we're really pushing into crazy slasher territory. Now that being said, there's definitely some weird stuff in this movie, a lot of which is intentional. Like I said, it can be kind of rambly. You can jump to characters that you're not 100% sure who they're supposed to be in relation to your main girl, and in turn sometimes we forget about the main girl for a little bit in order to get these weird clown sequences. But there's a few weird sequences. For example, her best friend is buying drugs for their party, and she stays in the school after hours, and it's like the school's janitor has like a secret drug ring after school hours, and she pays them money and gets like a little note as to which stall to go into, and she has to reach her hand into the toilet and pull out the hidden drugs. That's a weird way of going about this. There's another scene where the 2 girls are talking at a diner, and all these bikers run in, and the bikers are there at the diner, the friend's going on about the birthday, she can't take it anymore, so she goes to the bathroom, and then weird stuff starts happening. She sees a vision of these 2 other clowns making out in the toilet in one of the stalls, and then she goes back out, and everybody's gone from the biker, everyone's gone from the diner, rather, and there's one of the main clowns eating the guts of this biker on the ground. So a pretty crazy scene, but I swear, in the background, he's kind of out of focus, it looks like there's a man dressed up like a jukebox dancing around in the background, and you can barely see him, he's off in the back, and I'm like, whoa, wait, that's not a jukebox, it's a man dressed up in a jukebox, isn't that right? Again, he's in the background, out of focus. I'm like, wait a minute. But yeah, some weird, crazy stuff. There's a scene where, the father's in town because he's trying to reconnect, and in his hotel room he orders a prostitute and forces her to dress up like a clown. So yeah, some weird, crazy circumstances. And there's even a scene later on where the main girl is, let's just say, seriously injured, and she goes up to her best friend all bleeding, and the best friend's like, oh, look what you did, let's get you cleaned up. And I'm like, whoa, you're not more concerned with what's going on here? So yeah, there's lots of crazy moments. It can be all over the place. Really, this embodies the feel of a Giallo where just anything can happen, especially these 2 clowns being supernatural. Who knows what they're gonna do next? There's this really amazing scene later on in the movie where the girl's washing the blood off her, and it's this very dramatically shot shower scene, and she's washing all the blood off, and it's intercut with a scene of these 2 clowns with 2 smoke bombs, and they're dancing around, and that's also shot very dramatically, but the clowns are being so stupid and hilarious, and then it's cut with this, washing the blood off scene, and it just came out so hilarious and funny, the fact that it's all shot straight, but the clowns are just being absolute idiots. I love that scene. And no spoilers for the end, but it really does end in this over-the-top, surreal Giallo way. And it really does feel like something one of the later Giallos might try to do. A really good over-the-top ending. And overall, I really love this movie. It was a really good, pleasant surprise. I did not suspect to get such a wild and crazy modern Italian Giallo throwback film with clowns. It's pretty cool. I just wished it had pushed it a little farther. I wish it was harder R. I wish it was a little gorier. If we could only have gotten just a little more Fulci, it would have been perfect. But as it stands, I definitely would recommend this to any fans of Italian movies. Definitely go check this out. This is pretty fun. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. If you guys want to see more, you can click there and see more. This will probably be my Italian movies playlist, so if you want to see me talk about more Italian films, you can click there. I do need to fill that playlist out. I love Italian films. I have a whole big collection down there. I need to talk about more of them. They're pretty fun. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.